Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We're back at Maze Circuit all the way in Niigata. Actually, it's wild because on my way here, I passed the JR Gala Snow Ski Resort, which I've gone to many times for snowboarding. But anyways, we're just really out in the boonies on the other side of Japan. And I believe if we have a clear day, we might be able to see Korea and China over there, but I don't know. Anyways, we're here because this is my first D1 event, my first debut in any kind of D1 competition. I'm really excited. Woo! Look how close we get to get up to the action. God, I love Japan. Anyways, Tamada-san! And look, Daiki's here too, but he's not here for me. Daiki, who are you here for? Who are you? Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Yeah.
Just helping Emma.
Emma. He's here to help his girlfriend, Emma. She's Team Yashio now too. Everyone's Team Yashio. Hi, Emma. Hi. What's up? なんでそんなにチビだな? You do not want to mess with Emma though. She's like Bosozoku crazy bike girl. Yo, look at the Tezzy! Nice. Yeah, we need a 1J in that Tezzy up at Ebisu. Oh, look at Stuart. Hey, Stuart. He's cheating. He brought his comp card. So this is Nihonkai Maze Circuit, or Maze Seaside Circuit. That is literally the ocean there. Absolute beautiful landscape. Reception's not that great here, so it's awesome because you just don't get distracted by social media and get to drive. Hell yeah! Dude, I love this little K truck. Huh, hey Diffy. We got the Bogan here. Look at that, the official D1 Next thing on the side. Didn't think that was gonna happen. We're warming up. Should be second and third gear entries. We'll see, depending on the ratio of this. Big box things. But I'm excited, man. The car passed flying colors, by the way. For some reason, I completely forgot that I had to put toe straps on. I don't know why, but anyways, luckily we sell them on Sammit.net. If you need them, buy them. Even if you don't need them, buy them. I think it was that Teddy again. Hell yeah. Oh, nice. Buy them because you never know when your friends are gonna need them or you're gonna need them, and just keep them in the glove box. But yeah, I got one front and back. Also, my brake lights weren't working and the switch had been unplugged. So I plugged that back in and we were good. We passed. This is what this red square means. Passed. We passed inspection. So we're good. Good old Bogan, I'm excited to drive this thing. I think it's gonna be good. It's Bossman! Yo, どうですか?
どうもこうもねえだろバカ野郎。ここは俺の庭だ。
いつもありがとうね。
俺が一番だ。
あざーす。
余裕だわ。
負けないよ。1位? できるかな? Nothing like a quick Okamura prep session. We've got about 15 minutes before we need to head out for our only practice session today. It's been on and off, a little sprinkling, but the track's completely dry, so it should be fine. Nonetheless, this is really good practice for wet practice. This is exactly what we need, competition seat time. And it's also a little bit of a way different driving style. So I'm really excited. And I think we got our alignment dialed too with the whole S15 front strut top thing in the Bogan 32. But let's get out there and have some fun. All right, let's see how this all works. I've got a little bit of a different camera setup, so just let me know if you guys love it or hate it. I think the steering wheel's in a good enough position. We're gonna need a lot more power if we're gonna make that line. Oh boy.
I think. I definitely need more boost. Dude, I need that third gear bad. I'm not going to be able to do the big flick without third gear. Oh no. We're going to have to turn this thing up a ton. Do I have time? I got time. I'm going to pit in and quickly plug my laptop in. The gearing in this car is not great for this. I need a 4.6 rear end for sure. Alright, let me quickly put a bit more boost in this and that'll make it easier, I reckon. We still got 10 minutes left. I need to go through the logs, make sure this thing isn't too rich with the extra boost. Obviously I need to probably put some more air in the rear too so it's not so gripped up. But man, that's what I get for rocking up, not doing a full day before the competition and only trying to get this thing dialed in 20 minutes. Is what it is.
We struggled out there, guys, but I've pulled open the laptop, adjusted the tune, made sure that we took some fuel out where it was a little rich now that we're making a bit more boost. I've got it set to about 1.1 bar, sometimes touching on 1.2 depending on what gear we're in. The competition has already started, qualifying. It's been raining still a little bit, so we'll see how we go. I've also adjusted my rear shocks a tiny bit and put a bit more air in the rear, and I went from a 265 to a 255. So we've made a lot of changes, but that's about what this car felt like it needed. We'll go out there and just do our best. The best thing about this is I'm doing everything myself, so I'm learning as we go, and I have zero expectations today. The fact that we even got this car to somewhat of a competitive level is going to be freaking amazing. But yeah, my goal is just go out there, try to qualify. We got today's competition and tomorrow's competition, same thing. So if we can do well today, that'll be awesome, but we also have tomorrow. So nonetheless, I just want competition seat time practice. That's the goal today, right? I'm also really excited about just car setup practice too. I think that's really important. So this cone is supposed to be the initiation point. So we're supposed to be big flick here into there. It's so long to get it deep into that zone. You got to have a lot of speed, but because of where the starting line is, you don't get to come into that corner with much speed that carries through. So it's quite tricky. And then when we were here with the comp car, it was very different, obviously, because we had that on low setting, 700 horse. But for an SR, S15 lightweight with making 400 horsepower, that would be killer here, especially with like a 6-speed Nismo trans and like a 3.9 diff or even a 4.1. Here we go, let's watch this guy's line. So we're probably about an hour away. There's a fair few drivers today, like 40, 50 or something. Nice. Yo, hit it good. Great. Back to what I was saying. I'm just excited about learning more about car setup stuff, jumping in there, doing like 2-3 laps, and then coming back to the pits and going, okay, this is what I felt, this is what I felt, and this is what I felt. And then making all of those changes in one hit that will then make the car feel like what I want it to. Like that's something I need practice in too. Also knowing how to communicate that to my team in FD. But yeah, anyways, the whole point of this is just more comp seat time practice. Grassroots stuff. This person here, that's Okachan's son. He's back. The entire time I've known Okachan for the last 10 years, I have never seen his real son. So the fact that he's back and working with him is good. Kind of feels like the prodigal son has returned. Wow, that was a good line. Ah, spin, no! That was so good. That's a good line. Oh my gosh. They just started C group, so it's time for me to start prepping and getting ready to head out. Next clip, we'll be out there driving.
忖度みたいに入っちゃうの。
だって僕選手シーズンじゃないんで、
まあまあそうです。新鮮じゃないからね。
はい、来ました。続いてきたのはルーカス・サムさん、サム・ルーカスさんですね。
サム、これ車がしんどそうな感じがするんですよね。ちょっと。
あ、ちょっとなんか
遠いね。遠いよ。まあギリかなぐらい。無理やりゾーンは。
そうですね。今はなんか
まあカツやけど。
Let's go, baby! Here we go, baby!
やっぱ
さあ、席40番ルーカス・サムさん来ます。2本目サムさんには頑張ってほしい。頑張れルーカス。さあ、これかっこいいですよこれ。
いいよ、ここまでいい。ここまでいい。
お、うまい。
うまい。結果オーライ、結果オーライ。
ルーカスさん、
今良かった。
良かったですね今。
結果良かったね。
今最高でしたね今。
なんかドキドキはしたよ。
そうですね、振り出しというか奥でドキドキしちゃったけど。
これでも多分こうで
いや今良かったですね。
はい、
良かった。
最高でした。
もう
なんか良かった。
パワーないけど使い切ってる。
車で今までで一番いいパフォーマンスだったんじゃないですか。見た感じ。I think, but that was fun. Gosh, I love this track. All right, well, there we go. We'll find out in like an hour if we qualify, because I don't tell you points or anything until at the end. The suspense is crazy. I don't even know what that looked like. I'm gonna go look at the live stream so I can see how my runs look. But that's the deepest I've run since we made those changes to the car. I still can't believe we went out there for like 8 minutes, and then I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Came in, we did some stuff with the ECU, the link. So good, by the way, how quickly it is to change boost settings and stuff with that. Then I went back out, it was better. When I came back in after the practice session, because there's no more practice today, I then was like, okay, what we need to do is tire pressure, a little bit of a tire size change, and then rear suspension change. Now we're in the zone, it's perfect. I still could go a bit more air pressure, I think, and if I change the front a bit to get a bit more of that pucking, that like big flick kind of setup, I think it would be great. But I'm really loving this because I'm doing it all myself. It feels like back in the day when we rocked up to our first competition ever at Nikko Circuit and got first place off the bat. I miss May. I really miss May. But there's no way I was gonna make
May and Yugo come all the way to this side of Japan for the weekend. They can stay at home in the air conditioning. Love you guys. They started announcing the scores. Oka-chan got in? Hey, 何番? 4番。すごい。Oh! 6? We got like 6th place? Yeah! Let's go! Woo! Dude, we qualified 6th. And Oka-chan 4, right? Oka-chan beat me, damn it. Oka-chan 聞いた 6! Okamura-san 4! 俺 6! 嘘じゃない。いや、誰が払ったすごい、今すごいショック。そう、Okamuraさん4番。I already got our battle sheet. I've been seeded straight to the top 8, so I don't have to do the second qualifying like we thought. But I don't know who I'm up against. That's Samu Lukasu, and I think that's like Kikichi or something. I can't read that kanji that well, but we'll see. We'll go figure it out. But this is an interesting tree. There's so many people. 32, top 32. Let's go. I'm waiting for the qualifying score sheet to go up so I can find out how much we scored. There we go, 6th place, Samu Lukas, and our highest score looks like a 97.15. Hell yeah, not bad. I've always struggled understanding D1 scoring systems because everyone will be like a 97 and top 32, but it'll then be by like 0.12, 0.13, 0.14, and it's like, why are we doing decimal points? This doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it's something different, and this is, I think, the first time I've been scored a 90 plus in qualifying, if you consider this the same. I don't know. But anyways, I'm stoked. 6th place right off the bat, my first D1 competition. Feels good. Starting at the bottom, resetting, learning, and all the stuff we did with practice, like that rush and that kind of like nervousness. I wouldn't call it nervousness, it's more like excitement, but also knowing I have to somehow get the car feeling good in a short period of time, and then acting in that environment, that stressful environment, being able to do what we did and pull off 6 right off the bat. Very proud of myself. That's good practice. Anyways, let's relax, have lunch and chill. We got 6th, Oga-chan got 4th. Dang it, I wanted to beat him. We are the second last battle. They actually changed the tree. They made a mistake. Instead of going like 1 against 32, they just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Oka-chan pointed it out in the drivers meeting, and then they completely changed the tree. I'm going up against a different person, and I'm the second last battle now. So, yeah, we're going up against a red S14. He's got a pretty quick car, but I think we'll do the best that we can. I think we got this. Maybe, I don't know. It's my first time driving here, so anything's possible, right?
A few moments later.
Oh no, we have a problem. Oka-chan went to do the warm-up lap out there, and now his car's shut off. We don't know if something blew up or what. The guy's waiting at the line. If Oka-chan doesn't rock up soon, he forfeits his battle. Oh no. I wonder what's wrong. He was saying the clutch felt a little funny, and he just put a sequential in the car. I know, just put a sequential in. Weird, you know, baller things. Anyways, I hope the car's okay and it's not anything too bad. Maybe it just shut off. Maybe it just needs a push start, you know? Oh, he's rolling down the hill. Let's see this battle. All right, let's see how these guys go. Nice battle. Whoa, that was sketchy. Somehow he's safe. Dude, this Subaru's gonna blow a head gasket pulling this up here. No, oh no, it's got it. Okay, don't worry. I take back everything bad I said. Oh yeah, no, it's the diff. The diff just locked up again. The fact it keeps locking up man, that sounds bad. It's locking up and stuff. That's super weird. We got Oka-chan's car in. We're gonna figure out what's up, if the diff blew or what. But it's time for me to get in. The staff have come over and told me I gotta start lining up. So time to head out in the battle. We got enough tire left. I think we'll be fine. Let's go out there and see what the Bogan can do, eh? I don't know if the camera's gonna do this justice, but I wanted you guys to just see how much sweat is dripping off my face. It is so hot in this car, and I've been chugging so much water, as well as like Pocari and these lychee salted sports drinks and stuff. But still, I think I'm gonna end up with heat stroke at the end of this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried if tomorrow I'm gonna feel okay, just because of how hot it is today. If I get heat stroke, I'm not gonna feel good, and I gotta compete again tomorrow, but we'll do what we can. But man, Japanese summers are no joke. I know it's only 32 and it's still ramping up, because we'll get 42-degree days easily here, which is well into the 110s Fahrenheit if you're American, if you want to know what Celsius is. But yeah, anyways. I'm excited. I love that we just rocked up, did what we could, and still qualified high and up on that list. That feels incredible to me. Step by step, guys. Little steps.
ルーカス、あとは小沢。はい、MC ちゃんとして。はい。
どうですこの人。さあ先頭ルーカス。
さあルーカス、まず。
あと大沢。
はい。
あ近い。
まあまあいい距離。
うん。あルーカスの車やっぱかっこいい。
あちょっとちっちゃい。
ちっちゃい。ルーカスフラフラした。なんか音が。
ルーカス
して。
かき氷みたいな色してますね、ルーカス。
かき氷食べたいですね。暑いですね。
かき氷食べて、かき氷食べに行ってくださいね、みんな。
はい。
売ってます。何種類もある。
ああ、ちょっと閉めてますね。
閉めてますね。閉めちゃってしまってますので、ちょっと限定入るな、あれは。ルーカスも決して
よくはないけどミスはない。
The fact that he took that inside line really messed me up. I'm so confused because we were told not to take that inside line if you were leading, and he took it. He 100% got the win there. There's no way, I was so far behind him. What? What? How? Maybe they saw that he took the inside. First win, baby! I feel like I did terrible on the chase. I don't know what happened, but he didn't take the outside line that we were supposed to, so I couldn't get close to him with the power difference. So they set it up in the first chicane that we go through. The lead driver has to go on the outside of that line, and the chase driver gets to take the inner line so that he can keep up depending on what power difference you have. So I don't think he did that, and maybe that's why he lost, because then I couldn't get close to him, right? But whatever. We just need this thing to be making like another 150 horsepower, so time to build a better RB for this thing, because I love this car. We are heading back out for top 16. They didn't give us any time. I just quickly threw on some fresh tires and we're good to go.
I won the battle because of exactly what I thought. He cut me off, and they were very strict about that in the drivers' meeting. ありがとうございます。はい、もちろんです。はい。
僕の1000メートル上なんですよ今だけ。
はい、始まった始まった
はい、行きます。始まりました。
さあスチュワート対ルーカス対藤尾選手。さあ同歩、おおいい距離。
ふらついた。まあでもあれは
これ
ル
は
ーカスさんに釣られた感じ。
どっちも怪しい。
藤尾さん。
I made it work. I got confused with the handbrake again. Switching from cars is messing me up.
先行藤尾、後井サム先輩です。
さあ、
まあ藤尾さんもいい距離ですね。2人ともいい感じです。
いい距離。
はい、
おルーカスいい距離。
車が綺麗2人とも。
途中退場。あれ。
A pretty hairy line, both of us. I think it's one more time. Yeah, let's go, okay? いいよ。
ルーカス・サム選手の先行、後井藤尾選手です。
はい。
車綺麗に2人とも。
綺麗ですね。
はい、鮮やか。
さあ、
これいい距離にいるんじゃないでしょうか。
いい距離、いい距離、いい距離。
いいですね。ちょっとなんかルーカス選手がなんかふらついてる。ルーカスが戻った。藤尾さん、いやでも藤尾さんは。
からんと要はさあ入れ替えて藤尾選手が先行、後井がルーカス。さあこれ2ランクをひっくり返す後井ができるかどうか。さあ藤尾選手はまず安定しますね。ルーカスちょっと
It's either the gearing or something else because it's not happy. But I really think Fujio won that. Oh man. Fujio definitely got the win. That was fair for sure. I made a huge mistake going into the zone.
Good luck, Fujio! He's off on his top 8 battle. Hopefully he does well. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really not feeling well, and I'm gonna go run my head under the water hose down there and try and cool down a bit. It's crazy how hot it gets inside the car. It literally was worse than a sauna. And the amount of humidity in Japan is crazy. It's not even that hot. Summer hasn't even ramped up yet. But doesn't matter how much water you drink or anything, you're still gonna get heat stroke and it sucks. I just realized I came here for the water hose to cool down. But there's a whole ocean right there and I'm kind of tempted to just go in there. What's stopping me, right? I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I'm even allowed to just go swimming here. I totally would. If this was Australia, there'd be no problem, but I think it's okay to go swimming here because I'd totally just go do that. Looks beautiful. There's like a little beach there. We're gonna do that? I'm gonna ask first because just rather check to be safe. After cooling down with the garden hose, I'm feeling a lot better. Got an Aquarius. I'm just gonna sit in the shade and relax and try and not do any damage because I want to be my best tomorrow so we can try and get I want to get into top 4 because we get into top 4 or we can go straight and get our lights license. To be honest though, I think with today's result, if we got the same again, I don't know how the points work, but maybe we'd already have our lights license if we did well again tomorrow. But I know definitely if I get in top 4, that's like straight away I can go to get my lights license. That doesn't mean I'm going to drive in lights right away. I'm just going to keep doing a few rounds like this of Chihose or division on, sorry, next. It's called next. They changed the name so much. Honestly, can we just stick to D1 Street Legal? Was a great name. I don't care what happened in the past. It's stupid. Calling it lights makes no sense. Anyways, I don't know why I'm complaining. I sound like a boomer, but yeah. I want to keep driving events like this because it really helps me understand the car and tuning, suspension and things like that. And the pressure is really not there as well, but also it's just so much cheaper. There's so many aspects to it, right? But another thing is there's a small chance the motor's hurt. And I may have come here with it already hurt. I think we've lost cylinder 1. We've always had a little bit of lower compression in cylinder 1 by like 20%, but it just stayed there, so I just kept it. There's a good chance it's probably the ringland's gone entirely now, but I haven't seen anything in the oil, but it's definitely really sluggish and yeah, I don't know. Time to build a little bit of a freshy motor for this, something a little more spicy. But also, I think we're just choking it and killing it with the G3660 with the 6.1 rear housing. I reckon a 0.83, a little bit sprucier setup. I think it'll be good. Also, the downpipe's pretty bad, but the moment it gets up into the top end, it just falls flat on its face, and then IATs go through the roof. So I think it's back pressure from that 0.61 rear housing. I reckon we change that, and it'll be a lot happier too. We'll see. Maybe there's nothing wrong with cylinder 1, and it's just the turbo setup. But one thing I did notice too is when Jimmy Oaks hit me really hard in the rear during Matsuri, it's kinked my downpipe a little bit there. It's hard to see, but it's kind of squashed it and kinked it. So that could also be adding to the issue with back pressure. But we keep it alive for now. Enjoy tomorrow, enjoy what we got. We now know what we need to do to this thing to make it a little bit more spicy and more competitive. But I'm loving that we just rocked up with how it is pretty much. Adding a few things on here for regulations and adding adjustable arms in the rear for an alignment. And we already are doing so well. Love it. Stuart and Fuji off. Gosh, that car is so fast. 2JZ in there, running 650 horse. Man, that'd be such a good car here. Well, I've been going over the data, and every time I take it out, the boost gets lower. So we either have a boost leak or the compression is leaking somewhere because of bad rings or whatever, right? This bottom end is the bottom end that used to be in my 33 Skyline. So that thing got beaten on for like 5 years straight and all this other abuse. So I won't be surprised if the ringland's cracked in that or if the rings are letting go slowly. But it's a tired bottom end. The head and everything above it is brand freaking new, so. But yeah, that explains a little bit. I'll go over the car and just check if there's a boost leak. Hopefully it's just something dumb like that, but this motor was due for a rebuild soon anyways. I definitely can't wait till the Street S15 is done because I'm gonna build that car for specifically this kind of stuff as well, where we can just drive and rock up and do these kinds of things. Although we're probably gonna need the truck because we're gonna need to bring more tires and wheels, but still, that is the car that I want to use for this kind of thing for sure. Stuart got first place with his 600, almost 700 horsepower JZ. He's got a 3.6 in that from Tomei, same as my comp car, just a smaller turbo. Crazy, man. I figured we'd check all the boost couplers and make sure we're all good, and luckily we got ourselves one of the LTT screwdrivers here. So I'm gonna flick this up. Probably just need a flathead. This guy. I'm doing this all one-handed with my left hand. Doing the best we can. Luckily this has a really strong magnet, so it's just gonna pop in. If you guys want any of these, go check out the link in the description. You guys know Linus helped us out tons this year with our FD program. But first things first, I want to check and see if our turbo is all good. It's probably fine. I think it's just a little small rear housing, but having these in my toolbox is freaking awesome. And then I can go around and obviously make sure everything else is nice and tight. And the ratchet on these is freaking awesome. It's like, seriously, my favorite screwdriver. It's really hard to do left-handed. I'm sorry I'm butchering this. I should do a better job. You know, it probably would have been better if I used the camera in my left hand than this, but you get the point, guys. Now I want to check and see if our turbo's a-okay. Yeah, it's fine. No problem there. I reckon upping that rear housing is going to help a lot, and then getting this thing tuned properly at the dyno too, because we only did a track tune on this with Tanaka-san, so I think there's still a lot left on the table, but we need to obviously investigate if the compression's okay first. I may have actually found a crack in my intercooler here, or a little like hole in a crack. Maybe that happened during the crash, but it didn't leak during a boost leak check. So I'm a little more curious now what's up with that. That could have been a deep gouge that's now started cracking today. But I can't check that because I don't have a boost leak test with us today. It just looks like that. But I'll check that when we're back at the shop. Otherwise, we'll just keep driving it as is. If we can do the same again tomorrow, I'd be very happy with that. Considering how we literally just pulled this thing out at Aomori and just did the best we could. This is freaking awesome.
I decided to come back out, do a bit of practice laps, change a few things on the computer. We'll see if it helps a bit, but I just want to get some more data logging so that we're ready for tomorrow, and I'm going to be here late anyways changing tires, so why not, right? But it is way better than it was for sure. Holy, we can drive this way better now.
Moments later.
I'm currently at a local shop getting some tires changed. This is one of Okachan's good friends. He's doing a massive favor smashing these out a little late to his closing time for us. I'm so glad I spent the time to go over the Skyline and didn't just leave it, because now the car is driving exactly how it should have from the start. I really think that maybe one of the couplers, I didn't check when Riley put it on, and I found that one of the hose bands on the one on the front of the intercooler was kind of like not where it should be. It was like past the actual, how do I say, the bead of the pipe. So there's a good chance a lot of air was escaping from there. And then plus I found that thing in the boost controller settings where it was ramping up until I hit 100% throttle use, which is, the car would barely make 0.4 bar of boost until I was at 90% throttle. So that's why it was so like, and just really hard and difficult to drive. I had to just keep it at like limiter to be able to hold it, and that's why it was super sketchy. So I'm really glad we fixed that, because tomorrow's going to be really fun. I'm going to finish changing tires. Emma and Daiki let me borrow their K-van because I drove the loader truck here. But yeah, I'm having so much fun just like figuring out everything by myself and learning more about like suspension setup stuff and whatnot, because dude, now that the car has all that extra power and that missing boost, it is perfect. It's like consistently 1.2 the whole way.
The next day.
Good morning, it is now the next day. We're gonna go out and do a few laps in the practice session, make sure the car's good where it should be, then change the rear tires out so we got enough through the comp today. But otherwise, I think we already know we got this thing dialed and feeling really good yesterday after we found all the issues. So let's go drive and have some fun, baby. Seems like Bossman's car's all good now that he's got that diff change from yesterday. He had to drop from a 4.6 to a 4.1, but he's got a fairly new OS Geek and sequential in there. So it's pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie, a 6-speed sequential in a drift car SR that makes like 450 is kind of baller. It's been a while since I picked up the camera, not gonna lie. Feeling the heat a lot today. I think yesterday I definitely got a little bit of heat stroke. So trying to pace myself a little today, drinking tons more fluids and things like that. But we're about to go out and qualify, and I think with all the changes we made to the car, it should be good. When Oka-chan gives you the stink eye, you know it's go time.
さあここで来るのがルーカス・サム選手。今日はね車調子良くなったんで大丈夫だって言ってました朝一で。
ルーカス、
はい、昨日は調子悪かったんだ。
あ、そういうことね。
はい、
さあルーカス、
全然違う。
あれずれた。
遠いね。でもルーカス選手のこのインカーに飛んでいて、これはちょっときついか、この辺の少し減点が入りそうな。
が手前すぎて。なかったね。
はい、ギリギリ。
さあ、ルーカス・サム選手の2本目です。今日は車が調子を取り戻して、この S 字をうまくまとめて少しぬるい。ルーカス・サム選手はやはり少し一歩一歩。
We wait and find out if we qualified, if that was enough. I think I was pretty like conservative. I wasn't doing any Hail Marys, so should be okay. We're at 26 and they haven't called my name yet. Oh. All right, we did it. We got 27. The short 27? 27. All right, we're in. Little low, but it's all good. Emma qualified. It's Sanjuichi? She's 31. That's awesome. We're still waiting for the battle sheet, but here's qualifying. We snuck in just there at 27. And it looks like, I'm trying to see which one was my highest score, 95, 30, which would have been, I think my second run, they gave me a little extra points, which is awesome. We just scraped in. Definitely want to be a bit higher, but that'll do. We need to find out who we're battling though. Battles have officially started. It's time to get ready and get in the car. Oh boy. Should be fun. We're going up against, I think a white S15. Should be good. Let's jump in. Let's do our best.
先行小山、後井ルーカス・サム。
さあ、サムルーカス対小川。
ルーカス・サムは楽しみだって言ってたよ。
言ってました。
はい、調子はいいんだって。
まあ小川はスピードはないので。
おお、いいよ。ルーカスもいいとこにいる。
いいよ。
ルーカスはちょっとなんか。じゃあ先行はいい走り。単走通りの走りをしているようだ。ルーカス最後。
もあとこの小川選手もどこまで入れるかですけど、やっぱパワー的にきつい
さあ
部分もある
先
ので、
行ルーカス・サム、
どのぐらい来れるかな。
遠い小山、
ルー
さあル
カスはいいよ。
ーカス・サム、これついていけるか。ちょっと距離が空いたように見えるが、ルーカス・サムもちょっと遠い。単走がちょっと、これはちょっとお互いに決めどころのない走り。
He got the win.
If I was to guess though, I think it's because I hit him when we were going into the first zone, like the up the back there after leaving the line. I did hit his rear bumper, so I need to go talk to him, just say, "Simasen." But otherwise, that's probably why I lost, but we'll find out. I'll go check with the judges later. Whew. This has been such a great weekend. So much good training. But if there was one thing I'd say that I hate, it's just the heat and the humidity has been brutal. I definitely need to make sure that next time I go and do one of these, if it's during summer, I need to have a way better strategy for keeping myself cool, because I cannot drink enough water to stay okay. Let's go, Emma. Nice, Emma. One good thing about getting knocked out in top 32 is now I get to go get the truck and load up and head home before the traffic hits and it turns a 4.5 hour drive to an 8.5 hour drive. So I'm stoked about that, taking the win there. I spoke to everyone. It was completely my fault. I think I messed up by putting too much grip back in the car because my line was too short, like too not wide enough. I wasn't wide enough in the zones. They said that my line was too I don't know how to explain that in English like correctly, but essentially they just said I had to go deeper. And I agree with them. Deeper is definitely the way that I should have been doing that. So lesson learned, maybe I shouldn't have touched the suspension stuff that I had done yesterday, because the car would go deep from practicing yesterday when we fixed the power, but also the heat, a little different with the track surfaces and stuff, but I don't know, we're figuring out, we're learning. I definitely want to do a few more things to the Bogan to make it a bit more competitive, but I think we proved the platform a fair bit today. Overall, really happy. Rocked up to D1, never driven in D1 before. I don't know what the judges want or need to see, and we did so well. First day, top 16 finish with half of the horsepower we were supposed to have. Second day, top 32 finish. That's good in my books. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get to my truck. Okachan lost his battle too. He had a diff blow. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on, but something's not right because he's blown a few diffs now, which this car's never blown a diff the entire time I've known him. So we've got to figure out what's wrong with the drivetrain. He did just put a sequential in, so there's a chance that with the drive shaft or something that he installed, maybe it's causing a vibration issue, but we'll figure it out later. But everyone did well. Emma lost the battle in top 32. Okachan got it to 16 before the diff blew. Great day. And just like that, we're all loaded up, ready to head back before all the traffic hits. Let's go. Look at how nice it is, the sunset. I'm not gonna lie, I very rarely am on this side of Japan, so it's really nice driving through, looking at all the different scenery. I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely had a great time doing something new and different, and I feel like the results are really, really good as well. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. じゃあまた。
ここに
おうまい。
結構オーライ、結構オーライ。
いや今良かった。
良かったね。
ですね今。